Today is Tuesday, February 16th. Ahava and I are getting closer to our ministry trip in Israel, and we're really excited about it. We're going to be there for 2 months, and it's just exciting. I've never been to Israel, and so I'm excited about ministering healing where Jesus ministered healing, and the apostles also, obviously. I'm going to be making healing videos there on the streets of Israel in Jerusalem, and I might even do Periscope. I'm going to pray about that. So, and if you'd like to support the Israel outreach, there's links in the description box of each video that I make. So, thanks for your help. And we're going to be fasting a lot for the 3 weeks prior to going, which is about now. Fasting, I mix it up on it. Fasting. Some days no food, other days fruits and vegetables, water, maybe a handful of nuts. Just eating less and eating better. So it's a mix. So I'm still going to be, I'll be crucifying the flesh. Even if I'm eating food, I'm going to be eating less and eating healthy. And that's still crucifying the flesh, because I'm denying the flesh a lot of the other stuff that I would enjoy. And I notice that when I crucify the flesh and deny the flesh, I can hear the spirit better. So, and I certainly need to in that volatile environment there. And so I want to mention a couple things about having the faith to receive healing. In John 11, we see the story of Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead, and I've heard it taught that Lazarus had no faith to receive, he was dead. But, I would differ with that, because faith is a substance that was in Lazarus. It was infused in him. So when he was alive, he lived a life of faith. And we see this in 2 Kings 13:21, where there was a dead man that was thrown into the sepulcher of Elisha, and when the dead man touched Elisha's bones, the dead man came back to life. And so it shows how, because Elisha was just, the faith was all through Elisha's bones. So that's the reason why somebody like Lazarus would be raised from the dead. He did have faith. Faith is the substance that was in and is in Lazarus. And then also, in John 5, we see the story of a man that was infirm for 38 years by the pool Bethesda, and an angel would stir the waters, and that's another whole teaching right there. Angels get involved in the healing ministry. They would stir the waters, and the first person in would get healed, and he just couldn't get in. Somebody else would always beat him to it, and Jesus healed him and without him getting in the water. And then he said he didn't know who Jesus was. And so I've heard it taught that this man didn't know who Jesus was, so he didn't have faith. But I would differ with that also. This man had faith that God was a supernatural God, that God heals supernaturally. That's why he laid by that pool for 38 years, because he knew an angel would stir the water and somebody would supernaturally get healed. So he had the faith to be supernaturally healed. He just couldn't get in the water. So that's the faith that Jesus used. So I hope that helps, because I do believe it's a marriage of faith. It's like the person ministering needs to release faith, and the person receiving needs to release faith. And another thing that blocks faith is, I can go into this with so much more detail, but sin blocks faith, and wrong thinking, the traditions of men that render the power of God useless. In fact, I'm going to talk about that next. How the hypocrites were making traditions as if they were commandments of God, and they rendered the word of God of none effect because of that. So, like if you have wrong thinking in this regard, you're rendering the word of God of none effect in your life. So watch for that video also.